Beneath the waves, Earth hides realms as rich and strange as any jungle or desert on land. Today, we journey to the ocean's wildest hotspots, where life explodes in color, form, and sheer ingenuity. From coral cities in warm tropical seas, to volcanic islands where penguins meet reef fish, to black chimneys in utter darkness, this voyage follows one question: how far can life bend to survive? Scientists call these places biodiversity hotspots, small patches of ocean that hold a staggering share of all marine species, packed into narrow bands of reef, current, and seafloor. Our first stop lies in the heart of the Indo-Pacific, a region nicknamed the Amazon of the Seas, the Coral Triangle, home to more corals and reef fish than anywhere else on the planet. From there, we will cross the Pacific to the Galápagos Marine Reserve, a crossroads of powerful currents where tropical and temperate creatures collide in the same enchanted waters. Cold, seeps nourish alien communities, fueled not by light, but by the chemistry of the Earth itself. The Coral Triangle spans the seas of Indonesia, the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, Malaysia, and Timor-Leste, covering barely over 1% of the ocean, yet bursting with life. Here, more than 600 coral species create living architecture, branching boulder, plate, and soft corals, forming vast three-dimensional cities that shelter almost endless forms of life. Weaving through this maze are over 2,000 species of reef fish, tiny jewel-bright damselfish, sleek fusiliers, and hulking groupers, each occupying its own niche in the crowded reef economy. At the edge of the reef, predators patrol. Reef sharks, trevallies, and tuna circling like sentinels, picking off the weak and unwary, keeping the system in constant dynamic balance. Gliding overhead, green and hawksbill turtles navigate ancient routes, pausing to graze on seagrass beds or rest under coral ledges, living links between reefs, seagrass meadows, and nesting beaches. In shallower bays, lush seagrass and tangled mangroves act as nurseries, giving baby fish, rays, and invertebrates a sheltered start before they graduate to the open reef. Zoom in closer and another world appears. Nudibranchs with electric colors, spiraling Christmas tree worms, and crustaceans hiding in coral branches, each exquisitely adapted to its tiny patch of reef. This density of species comes from overlapping habitats: reefs, mangroves, seagrass, open channels, all crammed together, allowing evolution to experiment endlessly over millions of years. Yet even here, abundance hides vulnerability. Warming seas, acidification, and destructive fishing threaten to unweave the tapestry faster than it was spun. Local communities and conservation groups now work to protect critical reefs and spawning grounds, knowing that millions of people and the ocean's greatest hotspot depend on these living fortresses. Far to the east, a scatter of volcanic islands breaks the surface of the Pacific, Galápagos, surrounded by a vast marine reserve that protects one of the most unusual underwater worlds on Earth. Here, three major currents converge: the cold Humboldt from the south, the nutrient-rich Cromwell from the deep, and warm waters from the north, mixing like great invisible rivers. This collision fuels blooms of plankton, drawing in schooling fish, sea turtles, seabirds, and whales, and setting the stage for an extraordinary blend of tropical and temperate species. In the shallows, sea lions twist and turn through clouds of reef fish, transforming hunting into play as they ambush, chase, and spin through shimmering bait balls. Along rocky shores, marine iguanas, the world's only seagoing lizards, dive down to graze on algae, their flattened tails and sharp claws perfectly tuned to this harsh, wave-pounded realm. On cooler coasts, Galapagos penguins rocket through green water, chasing schools of small fish, thriving in the tropics only because cold, upwelled currents keep these islands unusually cool. Over reef drop-offs, scalloped hammerhead sharks gather in ghostly schools, silhouetted against the blue as cleaning fish pick parasites from their skin in a delicate underwater ritual. Galapagos is famous for its endemics, from unique reef fish and invertebrates to distinct shark, ray, and sea lion populations that evolved in isolation from their mainland relatives. This marine reserve, one of the largest on the planet, protects migration corridors, feeding grounds, and nursery areas, making it a critical sanctuary for highly mobile ocean wanderers. Yet even these protected waters feel the pulse of climate cycles like El Niño, which can warm the seas, disrupt currents, and temporarily starve entire food webs of nutrients. By tracking these changes, scientists use Galapagos as a living laboratory to understand how marine life responds to a shifting climate and what that means for oceans everywhere. From reef fish and penguins to sharks and sea lions, this crossroads shows that when currents, geology, and time align, evolution paints with its boldest, strangest strokes. Now the light fades. As we leave the surface behind, colors drain from the water. Red becomes gray, then black, and only the faintest blue seeps down from above. Most of Earth's habitable space lies in this dark water column, where pressures climb, temperatures drop, and many creatures carry their own cold, electric glow. Here, animals adopt otherworldly forms: transparent bodies, huge eyes, extendable jaws, and delicate, drifting tentacles, designed for a world where food is scarce and darkness is complete. Suddenly, towers rise from the seafloor, hydrothermal vents spewing superheated, mineral-rich fluids into near-freezing water, creating shimmering plumes of hot and cold. Around these black smokers and warm seeps, life flourishes without sunlight. Bacteria use chemicals like hydrogen sulfide as fuel, forming the base of a completely different food web. Giant tube worms, often taller than a person, pack together in dense thickets, their bright red plumes waving in the chemical flow as they house symbiotic bacteria inside their bodies. Crabs, shrimps, clams, and snails crowd the vent chimneys and surrounding fields, each species finely tuned to tiny differences in temperature and chemistry around the cracks in the crust. These communities may vanish when a vent shuts down, only to reappear at new sites as larvae drift through the deep and colonize fresh springs of hot, mineral-rich water. From crowded coral cities in the Coral Triangle, to the mixing currents of Galapagos, to the hidden chimneys of the deep, one pattern emerges. Life adapts again and again to every challenge. But these sanctuaries are not invincible. Warming oceans, pollution, overfishing, and deep sea mining all threaten the delicate systems that took millions of years to assemble. By creating protected areas, supporting sustainable fisheries, and reducing the pressures we place on the sea, humanity can give these hotspots room to recover and continue evolving. The ocean's most exotic life is not just spectacle, it is our shared heritage. Every choice made on land and at sea helps decide whether these realms fade or remain thriving worlds for generations to come.
Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of my eclectic adventures, and don't forget to check out the recommended video.